Alright, starting a little bit later than usual. Also, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. And I also want to do this because I was eating and it's not like anyone showed up on time for my last stream, so I figured, what the hell. Well, I was also sorting through a Pokemon deck because I'm like really lost in today's weekly tournament and I need to make a lot of changes. Anyways, here I am now. I guess that's all that matters. Yeah. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is something I've been wanting to actually do for a while. Also, why isn't this thing working? Why am I not getting any reaction? There we go. That's what I wanted. And what I want to do is actually start collecting Zoids. I'm going to start building my army. Not that I can really use it very much. Oh, there's an item here too. But seeing as how no one's really watching the stream right now, I'm in no hurry to really move the story right now. So we'll start off by building 4 of these guys. Oh, nice. They have, that's almost the original Japanese release color. If they changed the color of the canopy to red, it would be almost exactly like the original Japanese release version of Psychers. We have green, blue. I'm thinking. I like purple too. It's kind of a little bit like Gator and Redler. So I could actually see these being used together with Redlers. But I think I'm actually going to go with black and white. Now, why am I going with black and white? I have actually a particular reason. Usually if I do something, even if I don't see it, usually there's a reason why. And that's because historically a lot of cop cars are black and white. And the way I see it, the Psychurtus, by the time that the Mantis comes around, the Psychurtus would probably be considered to be obsolete. So what would happen to all these Psychurtuses? Why they be passed down to local law enforcement? It makes sense. Law enforcement would on Planet Z would definitely have Zoids. They have to because personally owned military equipment on Planet Z would probably be extremely common. And how do you enforce the laws when you have basically a society that has embraced the idea notion of the Second Amendment to its logical conclusion? You make sure that law enforcement has equipment that can take out hopefully most organized crime. Obviously, the backdraft group might be a little bit more difficult. Actually, in my headcanon, corporations actually provide to them because they have their own invested interest in unsanctioned Zoid battles. It makes sense because you have a lot of rich people making wagers on these illicit Zoid battles, and you also have people buying these Zoids from these Zoids companies, which makes them money. Okay, so I went off on a tangent. Anyways, let me see how many shot cannons I have. That could be a problem because of what I intend to do. No, I want to change weapons. Thank you. Oh, they're all support. Oh, okay. So, no secondary weapons. What I still want to do is I want to increase the power of these weapons, so that at least that way they have a small advantage. Alright, but it can't go any higher than 7, because otherwise that'll drain their energy. Oh, that's too high. So that's going to have to remain. What about this one? Or this one? Yeah. Well, that's a problem. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Wow. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem with how they do it for the DS era. In Zoids Legacy, I could actually upgrade the attack power of any weapons without any energy cost. That's not how this works in Zoids Saga DS. You can increase it as much as you want if you can afford it. But as you can see, you also get an energy cost increase. It's a way of making you budget. You have to budget how much you increase the power for the weapons. With how much energy they'll spend. Well, that basically means I can't really give them an advantage. Hold on a second. I just thought of something. Even that might not work. If I could get an external generator, that would change things drastically. Also, I need to also look at the area of effect of the weapons. Now, that's not what I want to do. I used to be able to like read it. I guess I might end up having to actually go into. Well, is there a database? Yeah, it doesn't look like there is. Also, why is it doing that? Stop. Stop. Okay, so maybe if I... That's weird, because in the past, I used to be able to actually look at the weapons. I can probably still do it here, though. In fact, that might be my only way to do it. Well, no, maybe not. That is very strange. I should be able to look at the status of the weapons, right? Well, that's not good. If I can't look at the weapons, I'm trying to think of any other way to do this without leaving town, but they might have taken that feature away. No, that's not what I want. No, 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 no. I'm still getting used to controls. What about here? No. No. There we go. Database. Ugh, they never translated it. Maybe if I type it. Well, that's interesting. I guess it works kind of like a... I think they designed this to use with the stylus. What does X do? No, that's not X. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Where is Curtis? There it is. Jeez, thanks for translating it. The one thing I need to have translated, and it's not translated. So yeah, I'm not going to have a choice but to go into battle and see what the area of effect of each and every weapon is. Unless, I don't know, maybe if I do this. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be that easy. I mean, most of the game's been translated. They just obviously forgot that part. And, and it's just kind of my bad luck. It makes me wish I had a lot more time to actually learn Japanese. But, that's not going to happen. That's besides trying to learn a new language is a pain in the fucking ass. Anyways, we kind of got our... Yep, go ahead. I have to admit, though, I do like the touchscreen. That is cool. I guess I'm just gonna like use the same, put the characters in the same formation for now. Like I said, there's an order to everything I do, even if it doesn't always make sense, and even if it is sometimes arbitrary. Right. I still think I have to go around the town first before I can do any actual battling. Find out what the area effect of each weapon is, and then we'll see. Oh yeah, I already did that. I don't remember getting these. I need to actually pay attention to that. Okay, so we also have next is a trap mode. Yeah, I am going to try to start narrating more often. Since most VTubers seem to do it, maybe that means I should too. In the fields around here, there are traps laid underground. If you walk over them, they will explode. And the Zoids you're traveling with will take damage. Huh? No way? Even in this area? Don't worry. There are no traps in towns and villages like the one we're in now. But if you venture out, you better be on your guard. When your radar is set to trap mode, stepping inside the red squares, I guess is going to be bad. That appear could trigger the traps to explode. Could. So it doesn't mean it's guaranteed. So be extra careful, yes? Thank you. Be sure to use them both. Well, I might end up having to read. Actually, Oh, I didn't mean to do that. If I have to start over the game, so be it. I know there's some viewers who couldn't make it, and they might want me to restart the game. Alright, where's the... I always forget how the... Nope. For some reason, I always forget. There we go. There we go. I'm actually going to go out for a little bit. Oh, maybe not. Thing is, right now I'm eating, so talking is impossible. Yeah, I wouldn't count on being the Emperor's army. I guess I'll go in here too, see what weapons they have. I'll have to go back for the shot cannon. Because for these small Zoids, they're very good because they have no energy cost. Oh, and these are your typical linear lasers. This is from a hammer rock. And that's in the background is the twin beam Vulcan from a gun sniper. It's actually pretty cool that they made sprites for those. These are all sprites, by the way, of course. What's so fun about digging? This place is a hotspot for Zoid excavators. Zoid excavators? They dig up Zoids that were buried around here a long time ago. A long time ago? Wonder how long? Wait. I thought I talked to everyone. Don't look down on us Zoid excavators, young lad. Right. So I guess I have to talk to everyone. I must have missed someone. Things have been restless around here lately. Restless? What happened? These shaded... I thought I already read this. I should be able to leave at this point. I'm pretty sure I talked to everyone. Before we chase after the enemy, try using the mining radar. That's a good idea. Alright, we'll leave it to you, Prince. Right, I'll give it a shot. Okay, so if I do this... In the meantime, I can also... So it looks like this works a little bit like... It looks like this works a little bit like the item finder in Pokemon, specifically Soul Silver. Truthfully, they could have made it a little bit easier to use. I think you said why. Okay, so at least we know how it works. Should be something around here. So you can see how. So I think it's somewhere around here. I bet if I. Okay. Nice! A Zoid core. Looks like we now know how it works. Soon we'll have. Oh. Soon we'll have all the Zoid data in this area. Then we'll move on to the time period we were supposed to. Report! What is it? It seems people in a nearby town are searching for us. What? Ah, those Arcadian fighters have been chasing us, have they? Interesting. Time to beat them at their own game. All right, let's go looking for them. Based off of what the villagers said, they can't be far away. All right, let's do one last prep and head out, Prince. Right, let's go. Yes and no. Also, that's not what I want to do. There we go. That's what I want to do. I'm actually going to take it easy and do a bit of battling. Oh, come on! Are you those pesky Arcadian warriors? So what if we are? For such a pack of weaklings to follow us all the way here. You must be total fools. Come on! I'm trying to take a bit of a detour here. Or do you really have that much misplaced confidence? Try us. Do you really think you can stand up to me? Opus, one of the four Phantom Knights? Don't make me laugh. Are you by any chance the three Arcadian Beast Warriors? Obviously. We are the Prince's personal Beast Warrior bodyguards. See. And is that pitiful, carefree Prince Athel? You look just as pathetic as the rumors say. What did you just say? Ooh. It looks like if he repeats that, Regina's gonna rip his head off. I dare you to say that again. Wow, I actually predicted that. It looks like she's just about ready to blow up that tortoise. Shell and all. Oh, was I being rude? I was only telling the truth. I won't forgive you for that. I don't care if you're one of the four heavenly kings. You better prepare yourself. Let's go, everyone. I'm ready whenever. Roger that. Prince, come on, jump into gear. Yes, of course. Of course, the problem is I'm using weak swords. Looks like it's a typical Republican army small bombardment unit. Very slow moving. But packs moderate firepower? Yeah. Alright, so that strikes two targets. That strikes two targets. So I'm going to try to take out... Oh, you little shit! Not bad, 64%. I mean, 64 damage. Man, I was hoping you'd be able to take one of them out. Barely even causing any damage. I didn't expect to actually have to fight a battle again so soon. And a boss one, too. Oh, realized I forgot to upgrade their armor. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna lose. You're just so poorly equipped. The only advantage I have is speed. Man, they're dodging all my attacks, too. Alright. I'm gonna reboot. Fine. I guess that's how it's gonna be, huh? I'm gonna have to use my strong Zoids. Not what I wanted to do, but unfortunately, I'm not really being given the choice in the matter. On the other hand, I do know that, wow. I have some work to do. Unfortunately, that is the risk of using the smaller Zoids. I actually prefer this one a lot more. Now, where's that other command wolf? Okay, fine. Let's just go back. Do this one instead. I'll find it eventually. I'm still getting used to controls. There we go. There, even without being at full health. You're pesking. I'm just trying to go out and train some other Zoids and build up my army. You're the one who's being pesky. Yeah, I'm not reading it a second time. I just realized I forgot to also attach armor psychers, which would probably have helped. I was honestly so worried about how he's going to be able to make their weapons more powerful without increasing the energy cost to like prohibitive heights. Honestly, it's like Curtis in this game are probably a lost cause. It wouldn't surprise me though these cantors have like some sort of anti-particles armor. As for Regina, let's face it, this is what she wants to do. She wants to deal with him personally, and I'm gonna let her. Wow, he actually survived that. Holy shit. I thought for certain I'd take him down. There we go. Bye bye. So it's going to take about 3 to 4 turns to take him out. Wow, what a difference. I'm actually surprised how little damage they're causing. But we are battling with medium-sized Zoids in this case. Yeah, I'm not really. None of the other commands really interest me. I wonder how much he can actually survive that sort of bombardment before his armor finally fails. Bye bye. Cannon tortoises are actually surprisingly fast. I think they can go like 60 miles per hour, if I remember correctly, and I can't really count on that. Bye bye. I'm gonna see if I can get some equipment from him. I should be able to knock him out in 1 turn. Oh, you little shit! 90%. Wow, he actually survived all that. That's some heavy armor. But I don't see him surviving this last turn. Huh! Regina was dying to do that to him. The fact that Regina did manage to be the one to finish him off makes it all the more satisfying. Thanks for the entertainment. However, the fun and games are over from here on out. What? You're running away? See you later, chill spiteful little lady. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to you, we have been able to recover our buried items. No need to thank us. It barely took any extra effort. Hey, you don't have to say stuff like that. Please don't squabble here, you two. You really helped us out. Thank you. We're happy to help. I don't think those guys will be coming around back anytime soon. Now we can rest easy and continue digging up Zoids. Hey, Prince, we should probably. We need to stay on the tail of the Emperor's army. Right. Alright. Be well, everyone. Farewell. Thank you, adventurers. No, I want to stay in this time period. Oh, come on, really? This is a totally different place from before. Obviously. Shut up! It's every little thing with you. They're bickering like an old couple. Anyhow, the enemy should be nearby. Let's gather information in a nearby town. Again? I mean, I get this, it's story driven, but this is a lot more lively than the last place. We can do lots of shopping. Good grief. You and your shopping. You got a problem with that? And now Regina is at his throat. That's enough, you two. Let's start asking around. It'd be even funnier if he actually had to pry the two apart, but then again, they're supposed to be professional soldiers. This isn't Zoids News Entry Zero. She's not like Lena. At least I hope she's not. I could totally see Lena doing that, though. Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's move, Prince. Right. Well, I guess I'm not gonna be able to test out those psychotists anytime soon. Let's talk to everyone in town, Prince. Of course! And then I'm probably gonna get ambushed again! Okay, so that means that we're not in the same time period. I mean, we are in the same time period. I don't want to get swept up in a war. Zoids keep getting stolen around here. Yeah, well, not my Zoids. You people be careful out there. If the Degald army finds you, you're toast. Mama says the Degald army is coming, and I need to stay inside. That's probably not exactly untrue. Okay, so based on what I can tell, I should be able to at least do. Yeah, that should be fine. That shouldn't be too much. That's too cost prohibitive, unfortunately. Man. No, I don't want that. So what I did say weapons upgrade, didn't I? I guess I didn't. There we go. I wonder, what about the tackle? How much would that cost in energy cost rise? That's not too bad. That said, I get the feeling that if I get ambushed again, I'm going to be in trouble. What is the Degald Empire planning? Oh, you don't want to know. I'm thinking about leaving this town. Yeah, well, that's the problem with empires and imperialism. You might not want imperialism, but imperialists want you and your tax money and your territory and anything else you. This town is under Degald control, so they're worried about being attacked, I suppose, or being drafted into war. Which means it's probably under curfew. That's actually not bad. It looks like the heavy machine gun's probably one of the best weapons for me to buy. Oh, and there's also a twin high caliber gun. Oh, nice. But it's like 20 pounds. So it looks like that's the same weapon that's mounted on a Liger Zero. Very nice. And then we got the railgun. It looks like they've downgraded in strength though. It used to be like 130. Looks like the 4-shot missile's the same, 60. Beam cannon is now stuck. It used to be 140, but now it's at 80. I wonder if there's a way to like upgrade them. Pulse laser used to be 90, but now it's 70. Poison gas. It used to be 130 and one of the best weapons in the game. No, it was 100. Now it has no attack power. I'm not sure how I like that. High surf plate. Looks like it raises defense by 20. And I guess that's anti-laser shield. You have a supercharger, which increases speed, and that is it. It'll definitely be worth coming back again in the future. And we already went over that. And was I already here? Okay, so there's nothing else over there. And there's no need to talk to her. Just in case I get involved in another battle. This seems to have been happening recently. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Or no, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Seems that the Gold Empire has a bad reputation around here. Seems so. We still haven't got any useful information, though. It can't be helped. I suppose we should take a look around the surrounding area for the time being. Agreed. Let's go, Prince. Right. What are these Zoids? Oh, those are bioraptors.
Suspicious activity detected.
Yes, I am trying to actually mimic the voices, those strange high pitched voices that are used in Zoid Genesis. I love the voices used for these guys.
Surrender to the cult at once, or else we will open fire.
Actually, now I'm tempted to actually read the psychedelic.
Surrender now, or you will be exterminated. Obey, obey.
Although I guess if you don't even know what a Dalek is, that was probably a waste of time. Anyways, so these guys are with the Gald. Seems that way. The Gald. They seem threatening. I'll burn these buckets of bolts to a crisp. Hold on, Earth. You really want to fight these things? Obviously. It's better than just surrendering. Eat this!
Resistance detected. Commencing attack.
You can't be serious. My tech did nothing. What power? We might be done for. It's my turn. What on earth? I didn't leave a scratch.
Commencing attack.
I just want to play a quick track. Actually, I'm probably not going to be able to find it. I really wish I could actually play the track that plays when Rakan rescues Ruji, but that would just be a distraction away from the track. And I don't even know if any viewers who would watch this would even care if I played a certain type of music with it. So I'm just gonna not forget it. It's a cool idea. Not gonna do it. Yeah, get out of here. This way. Hurry. Right. Let's move, Prince. Right. You're all so reckless. If Uncle wasn't here, you'd all be toast. Me, all that matters is that everyone is okay. You really saved us out there. Thank you. You seem like travelers. It's best to stay away from the Gald. Trying to fight them without Metal Z weapons is pointless. Well, yes and no. As it turns out later on in the plot, if you aim for the gaps in their armor, even using beam weaponry, it is effective. But you do have to aim well. Not only that, but you're going to be usually fighting against moving targets, so there's that. I suspect that if they fought using their fangs instead of using the beam weapons, they probably would have had more success. Metal Z. So yeah, Metal Z is a specific type of metal somehow that is effective against what is basically ice armor. That's pretty much what their bio armor is. It's pretty obvious to me that they were looking back at lore from past Zoids. Now, what is ice armor, you ask? Well, you see, there's certain Zoids back during the Grade Up era. Let me see if I can actually find. During the Grade Up era. And the Zoids that used this was Ice Blazer, and I think even Zeke Doper had it too. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I think maybe only Zeke, though, only Ice Blazer and Gungalado had it. Yeah, reflective ice metal armor. Apparently, it might not have been easy make, to manufacture at the time. But this is like before the chaotic century era, because they were all wiped out by meteor later on. Unfortunately, I don't really have any good images. But yeah, it has like a metallic armor, I guess, around the hip. If they ever redesign it, they need to actually make more ice armor, like full body, similar to the armor used for the Biozoids. But maybe it's not easy to make. Anyways, what, you don't know what Metal Z is? I mean, obviously not. It's quite possible that they wouldn't be familiar with ice armor either. And even then, bio armor is a whole different thing because not only are beam weapons not effective against it, but any type of weapons, be it melee weapons or projectile weapons, whereas ice armor had those weaknesses. It only resisted beam weapons. Anyways, right, back to what Raimi's saying. It's a special metal used for fighting back against the biozoids. It's crafted from a natural ore and is given a name Metal Z. Without Metal Z weapons, you won't even land so much as a scratch on biozoids. Biozoids. No way! Don't tell me you don't know what they are either. Who even is this kid? He's more unreliable than Ruji. That's enough, me. I mean, that's pretty much the case, though. Of course, we're from a different time period from before Biozoids. And as you can see, most Zoids that were um, equipped with ice armor were pretty rare, and it wasn't a full armor. It was only like strategic parts of the body, and it was only for a few years because the technology was only around for a few years before the Guileless Empire lost the technology due to the Great Meteor disaster. Biozoids, huh? I'll get them back for this. Don't bother trying. Yeah, weren't you listening? I recommend you get far away from here as quickly as possible. We would love to, but we have some business to attend to. Seems like you have a good reason. Would you mind telling us what it is? See, this is why I like Rickon. He was such an effective leader, and he knows what questions to ask. Depending on what it is, we may be able to lend you our strength. Basically explained about the fact we have time travelers who are causing all sorts of trouble. I see. Well, if that's the case, we should join forces. You're chasing people who are stealing Zoids. Okay, so he did explain the time traveling part, but he didn't explain how they're stealing Zoids. And as a matter of fact, we're looking for a Zoid that was stolen from us. Our culprit may not be the same, but traveling together will surely be safer and more convenient. What do you say? I can't think of a better idea myself. We would love to. I guess it's okay. But try not to slow us down, okay? So that's pretty cool. So what about this Zoid that was stolen? It's called the Marasame Liger. Marasame Liger, which is, well, it's a shame we can't have that on our team. As we speak, we have others in our group out there searching for it. It got stolen because Ruji wasn't paying attention. You were cooking and it caught fire. Wait, how do... Okay, so Zoids, for some reason, in the Genesis era, only certain people can pilot a specific Zoid. Unless I guess they're unlocked. I'm trying to remember the lore. Yeah. Um, Zoids will only let, depending on the size of the Zoid, type of the Zoid, they're like Liger Zero, except less violent. They'll only let specific people pilot them. It was stolen while I was busy putting out the fire, wasn't it? Hey, so you're saying it's all my fault? Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. I didn't say that, but it is your fault. If you pay attention to your cooking and less about trying to get in the last word, all right, that's enough, you two. Let's get ready to move out. Poor Ruji. But it is a lot harder to talk back to someone when they don't like what you might be insinuating. Firstly, we need to find more Metal Z so that we can upgrade our new friend's weaponry. Of course, understood. Alright, let's get to it. There has to be a Metal Z deposit around here somewhere in this area. Let's use the digging radar and find it. We're counting on you, Prince. Go, Reggie the Second. Right. In the meantime, do I have any cannon tortoises? They won't be effective, unfortunately, against Biozoids. Well, most of my team won't be. Okay, so I want to do this. No, that's not what I wanted to do, and you know it. There we go. I mean, it makes sense to put Rakan here. Poor Ruji. By the way, I wonder if it's... So it is a medium size. This one's a large size. Let me see what Zoids I have in inventory. Nice. So I don't have what I need, but if I build a couple of cannon tortoises, this will balance out my team rather nicely. Not only that, but at this point, my team will be able to knock out most Zoids anyways. Now let's see here. How am I going to do this? So we have the original. That one looks like it's been stolen by either the Xenepus or Gailos Empire. And that's the color of the ones that Opus and his team were using. Buster Tortoise, but without the Buster Cannon. This one actually looks like the original European release. So I guess someone must have been a fan of that when they were doing the sprites. Black, brown, purple. So which one do I feel like using? I actually could also see these being used like by a police force. Or this one. I could see that being used by Peacekeeping Baru. Because later on, the Missile Torch comes along, and their Helic Republic no longer needs any of these. So, of course, they would go to local law enforcement. At least that's the backstory in my head. in my backstory, the backstory in my sleep-deprived brain, at least. Poor Ruji. Oh, I can actually use him, put him on a Zoid though. Okay. And then I guess I need to add armor. I can also try adding a weapon too. That might even work even better. Strategy. What do they do? Oh yes, I want to change the team. In half an hour, I'm probably going to go to sleep anyways. It's not like I have any viewers, so. And my brain's just not functioning well right now. I hate it. Also, wait, did I not put a pilot on him? I guess anything's possible. I feel kind of dumb. Okay, so I can put Jack on here. Or less than that. Okay, so I want to also get some weapons too. Let's also check the weight that I can put on. So up to 50. That's nice to know. So that's 100. At this point, I'm going to need to be able to earn some more more money though. Also, I'm surprised that that part above the antenna is not a weapon. Wait, why can't I add the shock cannon? Did I not buy them? I guess anything is possible. Maybe I pressed the wrong button. It's like I think of going to do it, but it just doesn't work. Oh, maybe that's part of the problem. There we go. It's big, but it works. I wonder. Yeah, there we go. Wait, was I able to add? Okay, never mind. I have to admit, it looks kind of ugly, but it is what it is. At the very least, it will be effective. Now, let me see if I can. Self-passive effect. Oh, fuck, I am a bit short. So I need to get another 1,000. And it's pretty important that I make sure that I do something about that too. In fact, I think I'm actually going to just look for ways to make money. Wait, where are the wild Zoids? There we go. There's one. I'm not too worried. Okay, maybe I should be. There we go. Direct hit too. So we have Electron Bite Fang, which is pretty much the same weapon found on the Command Wolf and the Conic Wolf. E Hyper Cannon. Now I don't know what the E stands for. Double Sword and Iron Booster. Well, I'm surprised what they didn't do is they made the E Hyper Cannon external equipment and make the short sword. Oh, I see. It says double sword. So they just made it all one piece of equipment. And we have the Breaker BK. I think it stands for Breaking Horn. Quad Shock Cannon. T. Um, I'm not sure what T-Land stands for. Let me actually try to look it up. I don't need that anymore. Thruster Lance and Breaker Horn. So BK stands for Breaker. It also should have a Gravity Wheel, Rolling Spike Shield, Smart Guard. Those are small size shot cannons. So they're probably similar to the model found in the blocks, for example. And Trinkle Breaker doesn't count, that's the upgrade. Well, that doesn't really make much sense, does it? Unless it has like a passive equipment. I'm surprised they didn't like make the rolling spike shield like a piece of equipment or passive or the smart guard, which I guess would passively give it higher defense. Or maybe it could act a little bit like Ferrothorns, Iron Barbs, where physical attacks causes damage to the opposing Zoid. Kind of actually like a missed opportunity. 46, I guess that's better than nothing. Oh, that's interesting. So it can ram through more than one target. That's unique. In Zoid's Legacy, there are no physical attackers that could do that. They definitely added some stuff. Unfortunately, that's out of the range. But wow, 160. And how many times could I use it? Once. Damn. But it's 52. 130. Not bad. Yeah, that's not going to knock him out, unfortunately. Sucks to be me. But I don't think I have the data for these. So that could actually be worth getting. At this point, they're not long for this world. No matter what they think. It also has like a small shock cannon. So they missed that opportunity. Come to think of it, they could have made the iron booster an external piece of equipment and given it the shock cannon. So yeah, good job, guys. It looks like some sort of railgun. So maybe it's electromagnetic. It stands for electromagnetic hyper cannon. But it seems to be depicted as some sort of accelerator cannon. Well, it says electron hyper cannon. That seems to indicate that it's electron should mean like it's a beam weapon, but that's not how they depicted it. I don't know why. They're actually kind of bad at aiming themselves. Nice. Okay, so we're at 8940. I still would increase the armor for the cannon tortoise. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna have to switch to. So I need to stay away from that area. That sucks. Also, there's not as many. Up here we go. Luckily, I can do this, so it's not really any loss. Try to remember the range of those cannons. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well, no matters. They're probably not even going to really cause any damage per se. Or better yet, let's see how the accuracy is. 60 versus 67. Yeah, there's no comparison. That double barrel shot cannon definitely is effective. I can tell I'm going to be getting many of those. Doesn't matter. Can fight back as much as you want. 81 versus 87. Yeah, there's no comparison. It does kind of suck. I have to waste more energy in order to be able to get a more secure hit, but it is what it is. I don't know. I still think it should have been a beam weapon. Oh, but it comes at the. It's a EP waster. I mean, it doesn't really waste energy, but it definitely guzzles it up. That's a problem. Good. I will be building some cannonry Mulgas later on. Actually, where am I at? Nice. I can actually buy the armor now. Okay, so going through that valley is a bad idea. Same thing goes for shit. That surprised me. I was so busy looking down on my. Okay, this seems to actually be like a new formation. I don't think I've ever encountered this one. So it looks like it's your typical cannon tortoise unit with some Molgas added in the back. Okay, so my head cannon, these would have been like one of the units used to support Guardian Force or in Guardian Force. Because in my head canon, a lot of Guardian Force units were like mixed units. So I might actually end up using this unit at one point or another. And because of that, I'm going to write it down. Or should I say type it down? In my phone. Luckily, this shouldn't get too difficult. Or shouldn't be too difficult. Pretty simple. Okay, so if I do that, I can just finish them off. I like that ability. Also, why isn't it working? There we go. I guess I just wasn't typing it hard enough. Luckily, it's not really causing that much damage. Wow, that barely caused any damage. Nice. So maybe I can actually make some upgrade to the cannons. And then just be dependent on the shock cannon for the rest. Well, yes, but it only could be like by one energy, so no. Never mind. Wow, I'm surprised it caused that much damage. But they shouldn't be able to survive the next turn no matter what happens. They're dead, they just don't know it yet. I don't need to use that move yet. Oh, you little shit. Just stay down. Man, sure taking a lot of abuse. I thought for sure that would kill them off. Alright, now all I can do is wait for energy. Ha! You missed too, asshole. Alright, enough playing around. You're gone. Oh, I didn't know I already had it. Oh, fuck. So she's not really a good pilot herself then. Wait, where is the... Oh, here it is. I guess I might as well attach some armor too while I'm at it. There we go. Not bad. I could probably add a different type of armor too while I'm at it. Okay, it looks like these guys are looking for trouble. Yeah, I didn't heal up. Not that really matters that much. $151. So I guess that means that this is still the strongest weapon. But the cannon's the second strongest. And so on and so forth. Got one. Got two. Unfortunately, I gotta use the beam cannons to knock him out of the sky. Or at least try to. My plan is to attach the anti-aircraft guns, which they should have come stock with to begin with. I don't know why they didn't make them separate weapons. It's not like the slots are missing. Just never use them for some reason. Damn. 47 versus 16. Wow, there's no point in using the cannons then. Man, your aim sucks, me. Okay, yours isn't much better. But that should bring him into range at least. Yeah, there we go. Gotcha. Well, you're in a hurry to die, aren't you? Hey, Stealth Vipers. I could use their data. Stealth Vipers are a cool Zoid. Bye-bye. Yeah, there's no way surviving that. Okay, at the 1:30 mark, I'm gonna go to bed. I am tired. And if you can't hear that I hear it in my voice, then I guess I must be doing a good job at hiding it. Oh, shut up. Really? Next turn, dude. How many attacks are you gonna dodge? Woggle your way out of this one. Well, he actually waggles his way out of that. That's ridiculous. Ha! Now your attacks aren't hitting. Little shit. I guess we're just dodging each other's attacks at this point. Oh, almost all of us. Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to survive this. Yeah, that's right. It does use up a lot of energy, doesn't it? Really? Let's see you escape this one. Can't believe you actually survived that. That's incredible. What? That almost did no damage. There. Little bitch. That's crazy. I wonder if it like has any parts on it that decreases the amount of damage it takes or something. Well, at least I'm dodging their attacks too. I think it might already be in my database, but it's worth a shot. That's crazy. I thought for sure that would take him out. Well, I like have almost no EP left. Finally. Great. Dodged it. That did nothing to him. Don't ask me how the hell that happened. Jeez, how much HP does he have? 9 HP left. Finally took him out. Iron Defense and Support. Earth also grew a level too. For Fire Engine Plus. Nice! Unfortunately, none of these are actually going to be any use to me right now. What does that do? Unfortunately, I don't have any weapons like that, so I'll just leave him alone. Keep things unaltered for now. Keep it in my back pocket. 10%. 10% chance to trigger a special weapon special effect. 10% bonus when using a speed boosting weapon. Engine Plus. I'll keep an expert in my back pocket. 10% bonus when using evasion boosting weapon. Interesting. So it looks like she has the potential to become a Liger pilot. Right. So none of that really matters. That's accuracy. Wait, isn't that... I guess not. But I can at least do this. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and I actually like this one. I think for now I'll just keep everything, preserve everything else though. I think I'll just leave it there for now. That way at least it doesn't disappear. What else? Okay, so I think I already did that one. I guess I'll just keep battling until I don't stop encountering any new Zoids, and after that I'm gonna go to bed. I think that's a pretty fair compromise. Hopefully I'll be able to knock these guys out in one turn. At least that's my goal. $49, $65. Okay. I wonder. Oh, I just remembered her aim is terrible. She can't aim worth a damn. I shouldn't have done that. Luckily, they don't have much in the way of HP or defense, so. Unfortunately, they are still pretty good at dodging. I'll have to wait till they come in range. I should be able to knock them out at this point. I can't believe I took off my net was taking off my necklace and I accidentally wrapped it around the cord around my headphones. Yeah, that's how half asleep I am. Let's see where we're at. I'm tempted to keep going, but it's like, okay, I'll just do one more battle. I'll just do one more battle. But eventually, the one last battle has to end, and this has to be it. This would be a good team for scouting. Damn, dodged it. 49, 49. Yeah, it's not going to hit anything. Called it. They're almost useless against air targets. It's a real problem. 40 versus. Yeah. There we go. Got one. I mean, I should be able to knock out the rest of them at this point. They're nothing more than a nuisance at this point. A goddamn nuisance, but that's all they are. I mean, they're barely even causing any damage. If they would just stay still long enough for me to kill them, that would be great. Finally got one. Yeah, that's probably not going to take him out. Called that one too. Damn. Really? You're just gonna choose? You're just gonna try to stall me out till I run out of energy or until you come into range? God, what a pain in the butt. Okay, so this amount of HP. Right, so it's bite thing and or nothing else. Finally took him out. You know, that's because you got me the wrong data. I'm probably gonna actually try to heal up and then. Not so much for that idea. Well, that's interesting. So it looks like they take. Never mind. I thought that maybe the minefield gets reduced every time you take damage. I'm sure that if I rewatch this, I'm sure I'd find that's not the case, and I'm just imagining things. Which officially means that, yeah, I'm ending the stream. So, to anyone who might have watched or who might watch the recording in the future, I wish you a good night.